Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new chapter of Fate Unlimited DxD. So, sorry it took so long for a chapter to come out. I know it's been like what, 3 months since I last posted a chapter for this series? Sorry about that. There are other stories I wanted to work on, and also I wanted to take a break from this as well, so I can continue working on scripts for future chapters of this story. So, and for case of that long ass break, sorry, but not sorry at the same time, so I don't feel completely burned out or feel forced to rush myself just to bring out stories like this. Unlike my main channel, What Is, these stories are basically just for fun and for me to have, and just to relax, like I said before so many fucking times. So yeah, at any rate, little bit of a recap. Shiro was attacked by one of his former comrades at Chaldea, being Romulus, the Grand Lancer's servant. The reason being, Gaia has summoned the Grand Servants to kill Shiro due to his connection to Alaya, who plans on connecting that of the Counterforce to the world of Highschool DxD. Not wanting that, the Grand Class Lancer was given an order to kill him. As their fight was quite overwhelming, Romulus had to retreat, not wanting to involve the people of Kuo, being the devils, into their fights and battles, after all. But even so, Shiro feels completely overwhelmed that his past has finally caught up with him, hoping that it would never do so, but now it seems that it can't be helped. As he still continues trying to help everyone at Kuo, like trying to train that of Sona and her peerage, Romulus takes the perfect opportunity to attack Shiro when he has his guard down the most. But however, he was completely unaware that everybody in Sona's peerage has great respect and cares deeply about Shiro, as they all tried their best to defend the Counter Guardian, even though their attacks are basically pointless against a heroic spirit. As Shiro was about to give up multiple times during this fight, he was soon saved by an unlikely ally, or a surprising ally at that, the Grand Class Caster, Merlin, as he is a traitor to Gaia and the Grand Class Servants as well, wanting to protect Shiro. As the two unlikely allies began to fight against the Grand Class Lancer. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Chapter 12, Who Am I? Before all of this battle begins taking place, currently at Shiro's house, both Rainer and Rias are basically arguing with each other constantly, with right now, basically the living room / dining room has basically turned into a fucking mess right about now. And wondering how this all happened? Basically an hour ago, both Rias and Rainer were actually taking care of their daily chores around that of the house. As wanting to impress Shiro, both of them tried their best to, make the house spotless, and also trying to finish their task faster than the other girl, until soon after they began to head to the kitchen, or about to do the dishes. Within soon, Rias saying, "Don't worry, Rainer, I can handle this task. You don't need to worry." With then Rainer saying, "Oh, no, I can do this, Rias. There's no need for you to basically sully your great noble hands with a task like this." Within Rias saying, "Oh, really? I think I should focus my attention on this, given that the kitchen is basically Shiro's main work spot. And since he's not here to clean, so I decided to do it myself." With then Rainer saying, "That's great and all, but I'm also in charge of cooking as well here in the kitchen too, so it only makes sense that I take care of it. I don't want you basically caught breaking something or misplacing something where it should be. With then soon Ria saying, it's all right. After all, Shiro was also teaching me how to cook around the house too. So he doesn't do all the cooking, or you doing all the cooking as well. So I know what to do. So just leave it be and let me handle this. With then soon Rainer getting more and more annoyed, saying, I said I'll handle it, you damn red-haired bitch. With then soon Ria's also getting pissed, saying, who are you calling a red-haired bitch? You hussy of a crow. As both of their powers began to, circle around the entire kitchen and dining room, as then everything around that of the kitchen and dining room begins to shake up everything and fly around the entire room, as things begin to become more and more messy around. With then soon Rainer saying, you freaking whore, and Ria saying, you damn slut. With soon as Rainer was about to prepare one of her light spears, and Ria's channeling her power of destruction through her fist. With then soon the two were about to clash one another, as then they soon stopped midway. With then soon as they began to hear that of the doorbell, as then soon both Rias and Rainer say at the same time, I'll get it. As both of them, as hearing that from both of them, they soon just runs to the front door as fast as they can, believing that they're going to get the door first. With then soon standing in front of the door, not wanting to look like that of, desperate girls after all, trying to please the man that they love. They soon take back the prim and proper look that of Rainer looking like that of the typical kind-hearted shy girl. Ria's looking like that of the prom and proper noble woman with elegance. With then soon she sent, as then sliding the door open, she's saying, hello, may I ask who you, with then soon noticing it being Kiba. With then Ria saying, Yuto, what are you doing here? As the Prince Charming of Kuo, Yuto Kiba shows himself in front of Shiro's house. Within Kiba having that of his typical fake smile, even around that of his king, saying, hi, Madam President. I was wondering, is Emiya-san here? I was wondering if I could talk to him. It's really important. With then soon Rainer saying, oh, it's your knight. Sorry, pretty boy, but Master Shiro is currently doing that of a task with that of, with the Sona's peerage. He said he was helping her out and probably won't be back until later on this evening. If you want, you could stay, but currently we're in the middle of doing chores. So unless you're willing to, with then soon Rias basically shutting up Rainer, punching her in the shoulder with a touch of her own magical power into it, as Rainer winces in pain. Within soon is saying, of course you could stay, but you could stay here and wait if you like, Yuto. We're almost done doing chores anyway, so if you feel like it, just give us at least a couple more minutes. But I have to ask, why do you want to speak to Shiro so much? With then soon Kiba clenching his fist tightly, with then saying, it's something important. I'd rather talk to him in private about it, Madam President, if you don't mind. Hearing this tone from her knight, Rias was actually caught off guard, because Kiba has never been like this. He's always been honest on the reasons on why he wants to speak to somebody, even somebody like that of Shiro. With then soon Rainer also raises an eyebrow while still rubbing her arm, the side of her arm. With then soon looking at Rias, giving her the look of, is it weird? Is it me or is he acting weird? Within Rias giving the same look, saying you're not wrong. With then Rias actually thinking about not letting Kiba in, but still always trusting her servants. She's saying, of course, come in. Like I said, just give us a couple of minutes and wait at least a little while for Shiro to come back. Kiba still having his fake smile and closing his eyes saying, thanks, Madam President. I really appreciate it. With then coming into the house, taking off his shoes, before then soon looking around, thinking, if there's any chance I have, at least for now, while Lady Rias and Rainer are doing chores, I'll be able to probably look around, see if there's wondering on how he was able to make that Excalibur. No, wondering how does he even know what Excalibur's true form even looked like to begin with. It makes no sense. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is able to make a perfect replica or even reforged Excalibur perfectly unless that they were the Lady of the Lake, or a fairy at least. The only reason that the church was even able to even fix Excalibur was because that of certain reason. If I recall, somebody said that they were able to kidnap and capture fairies, forcing them to basically fix Excalibur. Unfortunately, since they weren't that of the Lady of the Lake, they couldn't truly fix it and were only able to reforge the pieces into new Excaliburs. Wondering on how he's even able to use the true form of Excalibur without reforging or even combining all of the Excalibur pieces together. And until he tells me that, I will not leave. I need to know who you really are, Shiro Emiya. After getting out of his own inner monologue, Kiba soon goes to the dining room, within soon seeing the mess that's in there, as both Rainer and Rias get straight to work. Within soon, Kiba couldn't help internally think, wow, they were not kidding. They must have been arguing again if this is what they need to do to clean up. As looking around, seeing both girls doing their best to clean up whatever is broken, within soon, Kiba couldn't help but sigh, saying, maybe I should help out. This will probably make things go a lot more faster. I can't call myself a Knight of Grimmery if I just let my master do all the work after all. As this time, Kiba actually does have a genuine smile on his face. 10 minutes later, they soon finished up cleaning the dining room with the help of Kiba, with then Rias basically removing a little bit of sweat on her brow of her flawless skin, within saying, it looks like we're finally done. Thank you for your help, Yuto. Within Kiba saying, no problems, Madam President. Just doing my duty as a servant of Grimmery, after all. With then Rainer saying, yeah, guess you are useful for something instead of just looking good for once, pretty boy. Thanks. And also the whole sword thing too. With then soon Kiba couldn't help but twitch his eye while still smiling, saying, thank you for your compliment, Rainer-san. I really appreciate it. With then soon Rainer basically raised an eyebrow, saying, okay, I gotta ask, I know this sounds pretty annoying and also rude coming from me of all people, but why do you constantly have a fake smile? The Grimmery Queen, I can get. It's basically her thing to have that of a fake smile while actually have that of a bit of a sadist and masochistic look to her, of course. It's her whole stick. But you, on the other hand, the fake smile look does not look right on you. It's kind of annoying and creeping me out, to be fair. Within Rias getting annoyed, saying, Rainer, how dare you? Do not talk to Kiba like that. Within soon, Rainer saying, oh, come on, Grimmery. You know I'm telling the truth here. The smile that he has all the time, I know it's been fake. But at least it looks real enough to not seem fake. I mean, you're talking to a girl who was trying to kill Master about 2 months ago, after all, by trying to play the whole defenseless, shy girl act, to be fair. And it did not work that well, because he saw right through it. Then, soon, Rias couldn't help but smile and laugh internally, with Kiba, on the other hand, not saying anything as his blonde bangs began to cover his eyes. as he has that of a neutral look on his face. With then soon Rias basically snapping out of it, saying, "Well, of course you didn't figure it. Of course Shiro-kun would figure it out. But even so, what gives you the right to basically say that Kiba's looks are fake?" With then soon Rias saying, "Because I know you noticed it too, especially nowadays lately. And not only that, let's bring up the most important elephant in the damn room of all things. Every time when I see you and you look at Master Shiro, you, Night Boy, you always have that of a killer intent and aura around him, of that of disgust, hatred, and basically you can't stand looking at him. Care to explain about that? Because every time when I see you now, it's always that look and presence in your eyes. Even with that fake smile of yours, it's really starting to creep me out and piss me off. And if this is the reason on why you came here today, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave if you're planning on to attack Master." With then soon hearing this, soon Ria saying, "Kiba, have you been giving Shiro that of a look like that before?" With then soon Kiba couldn't help but clench his fist in that of annoyance and anger, saying, "You know what? Maybe this was a bad idea after all. I should probably wait until another." With then soon Rainer basically raising her spear to that of Kiba's face, with as in between being that of Rias and that of Shock, with then saying, "Not gonna happen, Night Boy. If you do plan on to attack Master Shiro, and if at any chance, I'm going to make sure to cut you down right here and now. Our alliance, the treaty between that of Gogori and the Devils, be damned, because I will protect Master Shiro with my life." Within Rias, actually having her power of destruction going through her hands, grabbing the light spear, as it burns her hands a little bit, but not to the point where it's basically unbearable. Within saying, "Have you lost your damn mind, Rainer? If you even dare lay a finger on Kiba, I will also kill you too. Our contract be damned." However, within soon pulling the spear back from Kiba, as standing in front of her knight, Ria is saying, "Kiba, have you been hating on Shiro for the past couple of weeks since the raiding game, by any chance?" With then soon Kiba was shocked, as he thought that he was hiding his hatred for Shiro that easily. Within saying, Within soon, Rias actually begins to notice the reason on why Kiba's been so angry since the raiding game. Also, the main reason on why her brother is constantly always checking in on her as well. That has to be Shiro's creation of Excalibur, as even it took her by surprise when finally come to the realization when her brother brought it up that Shiro didn't make just any copy of Excalibur or any of one of the 7 Excaliburs that the church has. No, it was the true Excalibur in its true form and power. And wondering on how Shiro even knows that, how Shiro is even able to create the Sword of Legend, the most powerful holy sword known to man. But she wants to take her time with it. Take her time before she has to ask, not wanting to push Shiro. Possibly it could be a sensitive topic. After all, he seeming like he's been through a lot, and it most likely has to do with the church as well anyway. With then, soon, Kiba was about to say something, within saying, "Madam President, within soon, a massive presence of aura begins to erupt around that of Kuo as a whole. With then, all 3 of them begin to go down to their knees from this presence, as it feels divine. No, rather, truly godly. As then the 3 begin to erupt their own presence of demonic and corrupted holy energy, so they can at least stand up at least a little bit. But then soon, Rainer saying, "What's going on? The hell even is that? Why did it feel like..." With then, Kiba saying, a god? That is godly power, godly magic as a whole. But yet within, looking at his king, saying, Lady Rias. Within, Rias saying, I know. I'm already about to contact Akino, Konako, and even Issei and Asia as well. I've also, hopefully I'll be able to get in contact with that of Sona, where she'll tell Shiro-kun about what's going on. And knowing him, he's already heading to that position, given that he'll probably be able to sense magic, after all. With then soon trying to get in contact with Sona, as then finally doing so, saying, Sona, what's going on? With then soon Sona saying, you won't believe me if I told you. With soon running out of the house with Rainer and Kiba behind, with her soon changing into her Kuo Academy uniform. Rainer changing into her, also her default battle attire, while also growing a couple inches taller. And Kiba didn't really have his academy uniform on, but still running, as they soon all three of them used their wings to fly to whatever presence that they felt and saw. With then soon Sona saying, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, after all. Within, Rias getting annoyed, saying, enlighten me. Within, soon Sona sighing, saying, well then. And basically an hour ago, currently, both Shiro, Merlin, and Romulus are fighting one another, as Sona and her peerage are basically slumped down onto the ground, and some also put up to that of a tree so they can catch their breath and recover their energy. However, they're being under that of a bounded field that Merlin created to make sure that they don't get hurt by the fight between the Counter Guardian and the two Grand Servants, as the battle between the three is that of overwhelmingly crazy in power, with then Romulus basically jumping around from tree to tree, throwing multiple red mana spears towards both the Grandcaster and Counter Guardian Archer. Within, Archer jumping from tree to tree branch, dodging each attack while using his bow to basically launch tons of arrows to deflect or even strike at Romulus. As for Merlin, he's basically flying around in the air, tossing and shooting tons of magical blasts that begin at Romulus as well. Within, Romulus basically dodging each and every one of their attacks while also deflecting Shiro's arrows as well. With him couldn't help but smirk, saying, I knew that Emiya would give me a challenge, but having to fight one of my own fellow Grand Servants, who knew I would have so much fun? With then soon Merlin couldn't help but smirk, saying, hey, looks like the party boy is coming back out again. You don't mind if we settle this with a lot more reasonable by cracking a few jokes, doing a few pranks around town, having a little bit of fun? Why not? Wouldn't that be awesome? With then, soon, Shiro couldn't help but roll his eyes, preparing another arrow, waiting for the perfect opportunity to drop the Grand Cast Lancer. With then, Romulus smiling, before then soon sending that of a mana spear blade towards that of Merlin. With then soon Shiro taking the opportunity to shoot the mana spear. With then it explodes, with Merlin not even fazed by it while still smiling, and soon Romulus going from his joyful and happy smile to that of a plain neutral look of annoyance, saying, not a chance. You know the reason on why I can't do that, Merlin. He has to die. The world does not need to know about the throne of heroes. Gaia is aware of that. The age of gods has not ended. Far from it. It's just that the gods of this world have become more crafty, trying to become more and more modern with the times, while some gods are planning, cunning, and even a lot more selfish than the ones from the from the Lost Belt worlds that we've dealt with. Not only that, half of the gods have different origins from the worlds that we've been in. The remnants, the Lost Belts, even the singularities. These gods are completely different from the ones we've dealt with. Even different from the ones who decided to become servants and work with that of Master Rizko. And yet, these gods in this world are more within, Merlin saying, more human. They act more human. They believe that they're more human. Even the Olympian gods, who are normally machines, crafts created by that of the Titans. I've seen it. The Olympian gods of this world are more tuned to humanity, more like they were created by the mana of humanity as well, or the will of humanity. Basically, it's possible that the world itself may have been created, but the gods and all of the, supernatural creatures, including humans themselves, may have been created by that of Alaya. With then soon, Archer's eyes widening, saying, You can't be serious. Is that even true? With then soon, Merlin basically having that of a somber look on his face, saying, Not entirely. It's only a theory, but the gods of this world are different from the ones that we dealt with. They're completely different from their normal counterparts. They do act more human. They don't seem more logical or tries to focus more on the protection of the world or the protection of themselves. They seem more like that of factions, trying to figure out more about themselves and even the races around them and even the gods around them, instead of trying to become more and more animicus, trying to figure things out from the shadows or the background. Instead, they become more and more closer to the humans that they're supposed to rule over. That's why this world is why Alaya is most likely wanting to connect the counterforce. She believes that the gods of this world, besides the devils, angels, fallen angels, and other supernatural creatures, will cause too much trouble for humanity. It's more of a way to keep them in check, so they don't cause any trouble. That's the true reason on why Alaya wants the counterforce here. But then Shiro narrowing his eyes in that of anger, but not towards that of Merlin, but towards Alaya, within saying, I got some words I want to say to that damn bitch as always, but another time. Right now, I still need to keep myself from dying after all. That is our main priority here, after all. Archer, as Merlin prepares his staff and Shiro prepares his bow once more. With then, Romulus couldn't help but sigh as well, as prepares two energy lances, spinning them around his body and his hands, within saying, It's time for us to end this, right here and now. With then rushing towards the two servants. With then soon, Shiro dematerializes his bow, bringing back both Kinshiro and Bakuya, as then he begins to use reinforcement magic on the two yin-yang swords, as they turned into their wing-bladed form, with then rushing towards the Grand Lancer, as the two servants began to clash one another, blade against spear, spear against blade. Shiro basically jumping around in the trees, jumping towards that of Lancer over and over again, while dodging each and every one of the strikes as well, while being grazed at least a little bit by the spears. With then soon Romulus basically spinning around his spears in a defensive hole, waiting for the perfect opportunity to parry and basically strike down that of Shiro. As this basically goes on, with Shiro still turning into that of a blur, and Romulus's arms looking like they're moving at that of light speed. As for Merlin, on the other hand, he's basically channeling mana throughout his staff and through his body, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike down the Grand Lancer, as the blue aura of his mana and his magic circuits reach an overload. Within soon, a tower of light begins to erupt from his staff. Soon, that tower begins to channel one giant orb of mana. Before then, Merlin brings down his staff towards Romulus, as the blast of pure mana and magic soon heads towards the Grand Lancer. Soon, Shiro couldn't help but smirk. Before then, jumping back once more from another slash from the energy spear. Before then, throwing both his reinforced swords towards that of Romulus, infusing them a bit with his magic. Slashing at both of the swords before they explode, creating that as the shards begin to sent flying towards Romulus, as that of shrapnel in a way. Within, Romulus's aura begins to erupt around his body to defend himself from the shrapnel, soon his eyes widening in shock as the blast of mana soon blast towards him, as it soon sends him flying further and further into the outskirts woods of Kuo. Soon Shiro basically standing on a branch as Merlin is still floating into the air, saying, "Nice one there, Court Mage." Soon Merlin can help but smile with his eyes closed, saying, "Aw, I really appreciate that, honorary knight of the round, Shiro Emiya." Soon Shiro actually blushing for that moment, saying, "Let's not bring that up. That was a one-time thing and I am not proud of it. Also, it was Artoria's idea, not mine." Soon Merlin couldn't help but laugh, saying, I'm sorry. But you had to admit she was definitely going to allow that. I mean, you were the one who took her heart. It only makes sense that the man who took her heart would stand beside her in the round table. Saying, "Yeah, good and all, but let's also bring in the fact that both Lancelot, Gawain, and Percival tried to kill me multiple times and threatened me to say if I ever broke her heart, they would basically skewer me, and saying that not even the Throne of Heroes or even Alaya would be able to save me. Worst part, I believe the three of them. I'm just lucky that Mordred, Tristan, and also Galahad didn't threaten me, and God forbid Benevere as well." Soon Merlin saying, "Well, I think you were safe with that of, Galahad, Sir Tristan, and also Sir Benevere. Mordred, on the other hand, I think she just saw you as her new stepfather. And given that you're really good at cooking, I think she accepted you a long time ago that you were going to be part of the family." Hearing that, soon Shiro had that of eyes of horror and basically shocked, as part of him basically just wants to throw up at that very moment. Soon Merlin couldn't help but laugh, saying, "Oh God, look at your face. It's too priceless. I wish I had a camera, but I'll settle it, probably remembering forever in my spirit origin." Soon Shiro actually having that of basically a tick mark on his head. Soon creating that of Bakia and Kinshiro. Saying, "You know what? How about after this is over, when our alliance is done, I'm definitely going to kill you. I'm going to basically do the very thing that the Knights of the Round basically have been preventing themselves to do." Soon Merlin saying, "Lighten up, Emiya. It's only in good fun." Saying, "Your brand of fun is basically annoying as hell." Soon, as Merlin was about to say something, within a spear of pure energy soon blasting right in between the two of them. Soon, a burst of golden energy begins to erupt around that of the place from where Romulus was, as both heroic spirits begin to feel the divine energy that made him the son, that basically made him the son of the god of war Ares, and the son, and also the first emperor of Rome. With then bursting from the tree lines as half of the entire trees around Kuo were soon destroyed and basically burst back as both Shiro and Merlin cover their eyes. With then soon as basically there's nothing, no trees left, no bushes, no greenery, as being nothing but one giant crater with Romulus inside, seeing his golden armor, golden wings, and the radiance of his divine power. With then soon Romulus looking completely and utterly pissed, with his crimson eyes basically glaring gnats of hatred towards both Shiro and Merlin, saying, I am not going to allow the two of you to get in my way. I have a duty as that of a grand class servant, Lancer. But not only that, I also have my pride. My damn pride as the first emperor of Rome and son of the god of war Ares. You two will fall by my hands right here and now. With then soon, as he begins to channel almost all of the mana through his entire body. With then soon, Shiro saying, oh damn it, he's most likely going to use his noble phantasm. With then Merlin saying, not quite actually. If he did use his noble phantasm, he will most likely fatten the entire town as a whole. Hell, possibly almost half the entire, basically the entire region that we're in, most is definitely possibly the Kanto region of Japan, if I'm correct, right? Then saying, yeah, we are. Within Merlin saying, well, there you go. Gaia may want you dead, but she doesn't want almost all of the people of this world to basically be destroyed. It also means the landscape of Japan as well, and the people, and also its people too. With then Shiro saying, so he's not going to use his noble phantasm. That's actually good, because I don't even think I'll be able to defend that. Hell, even dragging him into my reality marble, being my own noble phantasm, wouldn't work for that. Within Merlin saying, my noble phantasm could work, but it's more of a last result actually, and I'd rather not use it just for this little battle. To be honest, since we have no masters, and we're mostly sustained by the mana of this world after all. And it may have a lot of mana, but most of the mana is going to is that of the realm of the gods that basically sustains this world, even that of the underworld as well. With then soon Shiro's eyes widening, saying, no wonder I always have to stay in my human form from time to time. It's the only way for me to recharge my mana, because being in my spirit form for too damn long drains me too much. With then soon, the red energy begins to grow even bigger and bigger and bigger around that of Romulus. With then soon, placing both his hands together, with soon that energy begins to build up in front of him. With then soon, Shiro saying, got any other plans? Within soon, Merlin saying, just one. With then with that of a bluish light appears in his left hand, being a copy of Excalibur. With then soon Shiro noticing the sword that he's so familiar with for so damn long, and then saying, you gotta be kidding me. With then Merlin saying, it's either this or you use your own noble phantasm, or you use the other thing. With then soon Shiro eyes wide, saying, you even know about that? Saying, well, yeah, I mean, after all, Elia loses a lot if you die here. With then soon Shiro couldn't help but sigh, saying, god damn it, fine. I refuse to use that damn thing. With soon Shiro takes that of a deep breath. Within soon oath, basically having his oath, using a small portion of his noble phantasm, unlimited blade work, saying, I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. Unlimited. Blade works! With then soon, the golden aura that comes from Excalibur soon materializes in front of Shiro as he grabs the golden sword that is familiar with him in his spirit origin. He soon channels the holy energy, the holy light that channels through the blade. Within soon, Merlin doing the same, but instead of golden light, it being that of a blue light. With then soon, as then Merlin brings down the sword with his left hand to his right side, as then Shiro brings down the sword with both his hands to his left side. With then soon Romulus, and that of full power, saying, "It's time to die, you two!" With soon sending that of a giant blast of pure red energy of mana, basically screaming out, "Mana burst!" With then soon the blast of pure raw magical energy and mana soon blast towards the two. With then soon both Shiro and Merlin scream out their own "Mana burst!" at the same time, as the blue and golden mana of holy energy soon emerges from the two. With then, as Merlin slashes upwards, Shiro slashes downwards, as both slashes soon slash outwards. Before then, they merge together into that of a greenish blue / golden aura. With then the blast is so big it even rivals that of Romulus's divine mana burst, as his godly magic was also the thing that continued it to grow even bigger and bigger than it should have. With then both attacks are connected with one another, as it almost looked like that of a beam struggle from Dragon Ball Z. With then all three spirits are trying their best to get the upper hand on the other, even with Merlin's help being that of the Grand Class Servant of Castor. He's still not at 100%, given that he's not really that of a physical attacker after all, and the only reason he has Excalibur is because he's so close with not just that of Artoria, but was also close with that of the Lady of the Lake after leaving her court, and the reason why he understands Excalibur so perfectly. But even so, his power with a sword is not that greater than his own magical power. As for Shiro, he's trying his best to strike down as much as he can, but unless he uses Excalibur's true noble phantasm, his mana burst isn't truly strong enough to stand side by side with that of a heroic spirit with demigod power. With then Romulus feeling like he might have the upper hand, that he's going to both complete his mission and also kill the most annoying Grand Class Servant as well. With then thinking about his time with Merlin back at Chaldea before he fully took the position as that of Grand Lancer, as the both used to basically have fun pulling pranks, having a good time, partying with each other and even a few other servants as well. To him, Merlin might be the closest thing to a best friend he had back at Chaldea, but even so, their duties as that of Grand Class servants, when called by either Alaya or Gaia, comes first, and that must be done no matter what. With then soon, as he was about to increase his mana burst even greater, with then soon he begins to feel that ice is creaking up behind him, as it being a strong force of ice, and not only that, demonic ice at best. With then soon, Romulus basically stops his mana burst, dropping out of the way of both the attacks at the same time, as the twin Excalibur's mana burst soon clashes with the demonic ice, basically nullifying each other. Within soon, Shiro saying, "Did we get him?" With Merlin saying, "No, he basically stopped his own attack. I think somebody else is there." Within soon, Shiro saying, "Who the else could be?" Within soon feeling a huge amount of demonic power. With then is being from a devil, saying, "A devil? But who could?" Within soon begins to feel the pressure, saying, "Whoa, this pressure. It was almost like the same kind of pressure that I felt with Surzetch's. It's not going to overwhelm me, but even so, I feel like that guy was holding back. This feels exactly on what the kind of pressure he felt, what he had back then. Is a Satan here? But who could?" With then soon remembering that Rias isn't the only person whose older sibling isn't a Satan. Within realizing Sona's big sister is here, and she's been hurt. With then soon Merlin saying, "Is that a problem?" With then soon Shiro saying, "I've been spending a lot of time with Sona and her peerage when I'm helping her out with the student council work of Kuo. She's told me quite a bit that her older sister may be one of the devil factions' leaders and even in charge of foreign affairs with other races and other factions of the supernatural. But she says more importantly that she's one of the biggest overprotective ciscons in the entire world. I think even more than Rias' brother. And Rias says a lot that her brother is one giant ass ciscon as well. So I think we should run away. Or better yet, I should run because most likely she's going to kill me." With then soon Merlin saying, "Wait, isn't that what you want? Don't you want to piss off Alaya though?" Saying, "Normally, yes I would. But I actually do care about the people here and I don't want them to suffer and mourn my deaths." Just as Romulus said. With then Merlin saying, "Oh, okay. Then we should go." With then as for Romulus, on the other hand, he soon sees a magical girl with that of a pink uniform, a wand, black twin tails, and basically has the look of killing intent that could even give that of Gilgamesh basically a shiver down his spine. And mostly basically Archer Gilgamesh, not Sage King Castor Gilgamesh. Within Romulus basically narrowing his eyes saying, "A devil here? Guess I really don't have to deal with this." Within soon basically clearing his throat saying, Lady Devil, I can tell that you're probably here about the girl and her peerage is basically being attacked. Fear not, I did not harm them too much. I am only here for..." Within soon, multiple ice shards began to send flying towards that of Romulus at basically blinding speeds. However, to Romulus, they basically looked like they were moving that at regular speeds. The only problem is there were basically 5 fucking million of them. Within him soon just basically slashing each and every one of them through before they could even aim, they were close to aiming at him actually. Within soon using a burst of his own mana and magic, basically to destroy the rest, even if they weren't even coming close to him. Within soon, Serafall Leviathan could finally speak for the first time, saying, "You hurt my precious Sotan. You hurt her precious peerage members too and servants. For that, you've already accepted death." Then soon, ice begins to erupt around that of Serafall. Within soon, she's screaming out, "Absolute zero!" Then soon, a blast of ice was sent towards that of Romulus. Within Romulus, basically narrowing his eyes, sighing, saying, "I should have done my research. Maybe I should take a break here. I'm just lucky I didn't use my noble phantasm." with then soon basically disappearing in that of a burst of red light. With then, as the attack doesn't even make contact, within Sarah began to notice that the godly energy coming off of Romulus is now gone. Within Sood, she couldn't help but grit her teeth and have annoyance, saying, I didn't get a chance to kill the bastard who hurt my precious Sultan. But still, maybe I can get some information about him, and I can find some way to kill the bastard. After all, I have time to hurt my Sultan, and I'll find you to the ends of the earth. With then saying that, Serafall unfolds her wings, as instead of them being that of regular bat wings, they actually look like that of freezing bat wings of a devil. Within flying over to Sona, within soon, Shiro and Merlin head to where Sona and her peerages, as they look a lot better now than before. Within, Merlin basically snaps his fingers, as soon the bounded field around them begins to disappear. Within soon, both Momo and also Tsubaki scream out, Shiro-kun! Within, both girls rush towards Shiro and hug him tightly, as Shiro soon still in his heroic spirit form, before then finally feeling exhausted, within him reverting back into his human form. With soon, both girls saying, Shiro, are you okay? Within saying, I should be asking you two that. You guys felt, even though Romulus was holding back quite a bit, he definitely did a number on you guys. With then soon, Sona basically clearing her throat. With then soon, both Momo and Tsubaki basically stepping aside, saying, we were able to recover at least a little bit. Even after all, my water magic also has that of small healing properties that allow me to heal heal everyone else's body at the same time, and myself too. But both Tsubaki and Momo are right. Are you sure you're okay, Emiya-kun? With then soon, Shiro realizing, even going back to saying my last name, she must be either pissed or really stickler for the rules. Most definitely pissed. With then soon, Shiro sighing, saying, well, about that, with then soon, a huge amount of killing intent was heading straight for them. Within soon, Saji basically feeling like he's about to pass out, alongside that of Ryoko and also Tomoe and Tsubasa as well. However, they're still able to keep their consciousness, surprisingly. Within Sona saying, it's Big Sis, she's here, isn't she? Saying, yeah, that is your sister, isn't it? As Shiro is still standing, but still feels overwhelmed by that of the killing intent, especially being out of his heroic spirit form. The only reason why he's not passing out or going to his knees is because he's used to stuff like this on a daily basis. With then soon, at blinding speeds, the pink magical girl soon tackles into her younger sister, saying, Sultan, you're okay. When I felt your magical presence feeling so weak, I knew something was up and something was wrong, so I came here as soon as I could. With it, and I found that, and not only that, I even felt that basically divine pressure, and it felt that of Greek, and it felt that of Olympian as well. Oh, I swear to God, if those damn Olympian gods caused any trouble to my town, I would. With then soon, Sona feeling completely and utterly embarrassed about being doted on by her older sister. With then soon, Shiro saying, now this is a complete and total new look I've seen for the president. I gotta say, I think it kind of suits her, actually. With then soon, Merlin saying, oh, am I catching somebody being a lot more calm and reasonable around some people? Saying, shut it, you perverted bastard. With then soon, Saji saying, wait, perverted bastard? But I don't see Hayato here. With then soon, somebody saying, Did somebody call for me? With then soon Shiro saying, speak of the devil. Or literally actually speak of the devil. As Rias in her periods finally appears, alongside that of Rainer as well. Within both Rias and Rainer scream out, Master Shiro! Shiro! Are you okay? With then soon Akino saying, Shiro-kun, it seems like you and also that of Miss President in her periods have gone quite a bit of a trouble. And care to explain, since most likely it has to do with you? With then soon Shiro eyes couldn't help but widen, saying, you already figured that out from yesterday, right? With then soon Akino couldn't help but giggle to herself, saying, oh, well, of course. I mean, when you kept on dodging, Madam President's attempts alongside everyone else's, so I figured it has to do with something of yours. With then soon Merlin saying, guilty as charged. With then everybody looking at the white-haired, half human, half incubus. With then soon Sona still annoyed while pushing her sister basically to the side as Serafall's trying her best to get more cuddles from her little sister. Within saying, I'm sorry, but who are you? With then soon Merlin saying, you see, I go by many names. The Grand Sage, the Master of Magic, the hero who guides great leaders. I am. With then soon Shiro basically punching Merlin in the face. Within saying, ow, what was that for, Emiya? Saying, you're being a dumbass and being too damn dramatic. Within soon sighing, saying, he's an old comrade of mine. His code name is that of Grand Caster, but the code name we prefer using the most for him is that of Merlin. With then soon everybody's eyes widening, saying, Merlin? With then soon even Kiba's eyes widening as they soon narrow towards that of the white-haired mage of legend. With then saying, yes, you can call me Merlin. Just like Shiro here, we are both comrades, former servants of the organization known as Chaldea. With then soon Sona saying, just like that other guy who calls himself Romulus. With soon Serafall saying, Romulus? You mean Ares' first son? That Romulus? With then soon Shiro saying, that was his code name too. The reason being is because many of the people at Chaldea take on the powers and characteristics of many of the people that their code names are from. That's all. Within Ryuai couldn't help but say, so what does that have to say about you, Emiya-kun? With then saying, I don't have it. My code name is Archer. Mainly Archer. Or I mostly go by my last name, that's it. I don't really have anything that shows me as that of a great hero. I was basic. With then soon Merlin saying, in a way, Shiro here, even though he's one of the best of Chaldea, and also one of its most decorated and valuable members, he was originally considered to be the weakest of all of us. With then soon everybody basically opening their eyes widely in that of shock and basically dumbfoundedness to believe that the most powerful person in Kuo that isn't currently right now that of Serafall is literally the weakest out of all of them, which is completely dumbfounded. But then soon Issei begins to speak up, saying, whoa, him weak? I call bullshit. How is he the weakest? With then soon Shiro couldn't help but sigh, saying, because my magical power is considered to be the weakest out of everybody at Chaldea, I had to make up for it with that of craftiness, that being my magic craft, such as that of projection enforcement magic and even my old skills as that of an archery major, after all. It's the only reason how I was able to reach the top of the top. But even so, I'm still a runt compared to everyone else. Even this perverted bastard here. With then soon Issei saying, "Hey, what did I?" With then soon Shiro saying, "No, not you, you perverted dumbass. This perverted dumbass." Pointing straight at Merlin. With then Merlin basically waving with no shame whatsoever. As soon Konako looks at that of Merlin, walks up to him. With then soon Merlin saying, "Well, hello there, little one. How are you?" With then soon Konako doesn't say anything, but then soon goes to Shiro, but then saying, "Are you okay, senpai?" With then soon Merlin was completely caught off guard with that, saying, with then having that of a dumbfounded smile on his face, with soon looking straight at that of Konako, with then saying, "I'm fine, Konako, thanks." With then soon Merlin saying, "Hey, I mean, I know we just met and all, but you're not gonna ask about me or anything like that." With then soon Konako having that of a look of blandness, but her eyes say it all, of basically disgust, hatred, and annoyance, saying, "I don't speak to worthless perverts." With in her deadpan tone as always. With then soon Merlin saying, "Ouch, is she always like this?" With then soon everybody basically just says yes, with Issei having that of a look of defeat saying yes. With then soon Serafall basically clapping her hands, with then saying, "I think we have quite a bit of answers that need to be answered, especially from you two. So, care that we take this somewhere a lot more cozier than being outside here in the woods that's most likely half destroyed?" With then soon both heroic servants look at each other as they nod. Within all the devils head straight back to Kuo, but mostly towards Rias's clubhouse in the Occult Research Club room. Back with Romulus, on the other hand, he's basically he's on the outskirts of Kuo. Couldn't help but sigh, and that's of annoyance and also somewhat that of relief. Within soon scratching the back of his his navy blue hair, within saying, "I nearly lost it there. I was seriously close to using my noble phantasm on the two of them. I know Merlin, Emiya wouldn't be able to, stand up to my noble phantasm because it wouldn't be, his reality marvel would be too weak to handle it. However, Merlin's Garden of Avalon, on the other hand, would definitely be able to handle my noble phantasm. But even so, I would most likely be, and even if they didn't use their noble phantasms, and knowing them, they definitely would, and I would destroy the town, and also possibly almost the entirety of the Kanto region of Japan too. It's a good thing I didn't, and I had at least a lot more reason not to do so." With then soon somebody's coming up behind that of Romulus. With then soon Romulus saying, "Who goes there? Come out now!" With then soon a person coming out, as it looks like that of a little boy, as he has that of a white navy uniform, with that of a white hat and a feather right in the middle, as he has that of pale skin and blue eyes. With then soon Romulus blinks, saying, "Ah, it's you, Ryder. I'm guessing I should probably head back to the others then." With then soon the boy known as Ryder, most likely that's of Grand Class Ryder, with then saying, "Yes, I understand. I'm guessing I need to be debriefed by that of Gaia." With then soon Ryder basically shaking his head, saying, "No, you do not." Within saying, "Huh? Then why do I need to return?" With then Ryder saying, "New plan. We have to have a new plan to work on." With then soon Romulus having that of eyes whining, saying, we're planning something around. There's something coming up in the next couple of weeps. Am I guessing correctly? With then Ryder basically nodding, saying, I see. Well then, let's not keep everybody waiting, Nimoy. As he walked past that of the little boy, being that of Captain Nimoy. With soon, both servants head to their hideouts, which is not your typical hideout actually, as it being another dimension, a reality marble at that. As currently, Kuo is now safe and calm, for now, at least. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Let's read them. So, how did you think of this fight? I tried my best to, well, basically show the flash and craziness that is that of a fight between that of servants, after all. Especially two servants going against one servant. Even though two of them are being that of grand class, after all. But even so, I still wanted to show a little bit of that fate flash that Ufotable is known for, after all. Hope I did my best. Also, hope you guys like the fact that Serafall shows herself right at, like, as soon as it's coming to the end of the fight. It only makes sense. I mean, this is kind of the basic daily trope of Highschool DxD. One moment the main heroes are struggling or basically about to end the fight before soon somebody stronger shows up, ends the fight for them, or basically sends the current villain basically packing, running away, and all that other bullshit. It's kind of annoying as hell, and it pisses me off. And this is the only time I'm actually going to do something like that, because again, this is Shiro's story, and it ain't Issei's where he has to get bailed out or basically win by fucking plot, literally. So yeah, any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Keep updating my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, check out my Discord, gaming channel, main channel, and Patreon. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Liam Mookie, signing out. Later, guys. Hope you all take care.